In this video, I'm gonna be breaking down the exact system that today's top modern creators are using to basically explode everywhere online. And this is so that they can really live the life that they've always wanted to have through the power of online content. And right there, that's the spoiler. It's content. That is the secret, but we're gonna dive into the system, and there's a specific type of content that takes the cake entirely. So let's jump into it first by looking at the 4 content formats that make up literally everything that you've ever seen online. First and foremost, the OG, text content. We're all familiar with this. If you think back to 2007, at least in my eyes, of Facebook and MySpace and all that fun stuff, it was interesting. This is how the whole thing started. And I'm laughing because my MySpace handle, or the name that you represent yourself as, it's pretty cringy, but I'll share it with you because we're friends here. It was Kawasaki Spider Baller, and it was Spider with a Y. So Kawasaki, I'm a dirt bike rider. Spider was a paintball gun brand that I used to play with. And then obviously Baller because I was a paintballer. So that was a little cringy, but we all have that, in our life. And it's funny too, because as I was preparing for this video and just kind of thinking back to the original content format of text, I pulled up my first tweet ever on Twitter, and this was back August 10th, 2009. And all I said was, yo, I don't care what you say, I will always love romantic comedies. And yeah, so text content is the OG. I mean, that's where it all started. And then we also have the format of audio. So think podcasts and music. And now we're in this digital age where everything's just pretty much live streamed, whether you're using YouTube Music, which is my new favorite, believe it or not. I'm a Spotify guy, but YouTube Music's been pretty good too. But no matter where you listen to music, the streaming, it's a thing. And it's not just music, it's podcasts. We're all familiar with what podcasts are all about now these days. Going into the third content format, and this is really, I'm just gonna say images and designs. So think about memes and photos, whether it's something that was captured organically with a camera or something that somebody digitally created on their computer and posted for the world to see. That is that third content format. And the fourth content format for us today is, you guessed it, video. And if you're a first timer to this channel, I should warn you, I'm insanely obsessed with video from the perspective of creating it, from watching it. It's been, I just love it. I love it. I'm a huge advocate for it. So if you love video as much as I do, go ahead and smash the like button and hit subscribe so that we can become better friends as we continue to all make video together. So you see, all 4 of these formats, really, no matter how you slice and dice it, they fall into 2 buckets: the things that we can see and the things that we can hear. It all boils down to that. And so far as I'm aware, there's no sort of digital content out there that you can touch, taste, or smell, but we know where this world is going with AI and technology just advancing so fast. When smell-o-vision shows up, I will be the first to let you know. So again, make sure you're subbed up so that I can be the one to let you know about it when it does hit the market. So let's move into a quick and very simple pop quiz. And I'm gonna give you 3 guesses, but 2 of them don't count. Of the 4 content format, which is the most popular and most impactful when used to help build your brand online? And before I reveal the stupidly obvious answer, I'm gonna let you in on a private conversation that I myself had with my very favorite ChatGPT. So I went to ChatGPT as I was kind of thinking through this video and how I wanted to just share this information with you. And I just asked them, I don't know why I'm calling ChatGPT a them. I don't know what I asked it. So I went to ChatGPT and this is what I asked. Give me some stats on contrasting the consumption of the different content formats that we've described so far. And this is what it told me. In a nutshell, video, it's great because high engagement. People engage with it all the time. And it's also great for young audiences, but that's starting to change to where even the older demographic is really enjoying it as well. And it also makes for really high conversion rates. So if you're trying to sell something or get somebody to trust you sooner than later, video is huge for that. The cool thing about audio, ChatGPT says, is that it's such a diverse way to consume content. It's really great for multitasking. Think about when you're driving, or when you're in the shower, or you're vacuuming the different rooms of the house. Whether it's through your headphones, you're listening to it on your phone, your car stereo, audio is kind of everywhere, and it's great for while you're doing things on the go. And then with text format, really what ChatGPT is saying is it's got a wide range of demographics. Young to old, everybody, I mean, for the most part, knows how to read. And so that's the thing. And it's the OG. And the nicest thing about text as a content format is it's incredibly SEO SEO friendly. So SEO, search engine optimization, that's what I'm referring to. And so think about like blogs, for instance. You start posting blogs on your website, and because Google can basically crawl through all that text, if you're hitting all the keywords for that target area that you're trying to build authority and establish yourself in Google's eyes, that's what you want to be doing. And so text is really great for that. So past this, I had another question for ChatGPT, and I said, which content format has the highest likelihood of getting the most attention online? And then I just basically told it, I want to reach the most people possible in the shortest amount of time. And as you guessed it, which is the answer to the silly little pop quiz from earlier, video is the best format for making content for a variety of reasons. So I'll give you the 7 reasons that ChatGPT spit out to me, and then there's another one that I think is really important for us to recognize today. The first one is high engagement, and you have this really big chance for virality. So when we hear going viral, you're not gonna really have that happen with like a text-based article. It's just not gonna happen. Or a podcast episode. I can't remember the last time, or if ever, that I've heard of an audio-only podcast episode catching fire and going viral. Video is the format that you wanna be in if you want to try to ride the wave of virality. So it makes sense as soon as you hear it, but it's true. These other formats just can't compete with that. The other thing is that video is preferred by most users. That's true. It's just happening. And it's also favored by the algorithm. If we think about this from the social media platform standpoint, say that I am Instagram for a second. What do I want people to do? I want them to stay on my app for as long as humanly possible. And so because we have video features, using Instagram as the example here, the more that we use Instagram video features, the more that it's going to boost it up in the algorithm. It's awesome. So that's something else to recognize as well. And it's also very versatile across platforms now at this point. There's not very many apps out there that don't have video incorporated into it at this point. I mean, even X or Twitter, text-based, that's what we know it to be. And I'm on that platform a lot. So at @the_evanshank, if you want to connect with me on X, I'm over there a lot. So, but the cool thing is, even though it's a text platform, they're prioritizing video, and they're showing that they're gonna continue to do that as well. But the other reasons are, it's got the best retention rates. It holds people's attention the longest. It just does. That's what the studies are showing. And in fact, a stat that I wrote down that I wanted to share with you is that viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in video, as compared to only 10% when reading it in text. That is a huge difference. 95% retention of the message, of the things that you're trying to display to the world through video, they can hold on to it. But if it's text only, people forget. I mean, I know that's true for me. And then the other thing, the last example or last reason for why video is so great, in the eyes of ChatGPT at least, is that it has the greatest chance of establishing an emotional connection. I can start talking softer. I can slow down my pace. I can kind of open up and be more vulnerable in my mannerisms and the things that I share. And when you start combining different senses, again, back to seeing things and hearing things at the same time, which video provides for us, the opportunity for friendships, for connection to happen is just at such a higher level than any other content format. And I wanna share with you my big reason for today's video as to why video is so huge. It can be consumed in all of the different ways that we just talked about. Because if you record a video, you can repurpose that video into text posts. You can take the highlighted moments from that video and you can create vertical short form videos for Instagram, TikTok, all of the different places that are offering that. And the landscape's changing every single day. I recognize that. But then even down into carousels, you can make image-based carousels based off of the key points from your video, which really means that you can take one video and turn it into endless content across tons of platforms all at the same time without having to do a whole lot of additional work. And so ironically for you, yet strategically by me, this is exactly what my new subscription service, contentjuice, does. And so all you do is you subscribe and then you can upload your video, and our team of content creation specialists will basically pull out all the best moments from the video you submitted and then chop it up into all sorts of additional content for you to use across social media, your website, and more. I mean, from tweets to TikToks, we make it all, squeezing the best juice out of your existing content. And the cool thing is, since we're repurposing your original video that you submitted, you can rest assured that everything that we give back to you to use on your social media profiles is content that you've already said. We're not putting words in your mouth. We're repurposing stuff that you've already put out into the world. So you know it's gonna be on brand. You know it's gonna match up with the other themes and messages that you're putting out on these social platforms. So essentially, it just saves you a ton of time and money and ensures that you never, ever again run out of things to post. We know the dreaded content, especially social media hamster wheel of you post one thing one day, it's gone the next day, and now you're stressing over what am I gonna post next? And then it's just always this like scramble. This Content Juice premium subscription service really eliminates all of that stress and chaos from your life instantly. So if you're a creator or an online brand that's looking to build your following and your income, make sure you hit me up and we'll see if it's a good fit for you. Link for all that in the description below. Now let's look at the system, the process of creating great video content that all the top modern creators are using to explode their brand online today. Here's the system. So pull out your pen and your notepad. Here's how it goes. The very first step, rule number 1, make a video. And not just any video, we're looking to make a long form video. And no, I don't mean to do this 2-hour-long podcast and try to figure out a way to fill up all that time. Anything around 7 minutes or more is gonna work great, because the next step is you're gonna grab your video transcript or the notes if you have them. I have my notes right over here just off the screen on my computer, and so I can mark this up and I can use my figurative highlighter inside of my computer to kind of pull out those best spots. That's the very next step. Once we've highlighted all those valuable tips, entertaining moments, action items, quotable lines, then all we have to do is focus specifically on that, extract them out of the script or your notes, and start creating micro content around that. There's a lot of different ways we can do that, and right there in the way that I have it, that's kind of step 4 here. Step 4, there's a whole other YouTube channel that could be created just on different tips and techniques and tools to help you dice up those highlighted moments from your long form video into additional micro content. That's the next step. And now once you have all of this micro content, you're just gonna schedule it. Whether you want to do it all at one time or you go week by week, it's completely up to you. But now you have your long form content, you have all your micro content, and you really only had to focus on writing and recording one thing. So it's kind of nice that way. And then you just rinse and repeat, plain and simple. And once you've ran the system a few times, you're gonna find yourself with months of micro content that will continue to work on your behalf while you work on other things in your business or recording new videos like this one. And so that's the system. It's pretty simple and straightforward, but it's probably still leaving you with a handful of questions like how to do it, which tools to use, or maybe you're just having the whole, Evan, dude, I hardly have the time, skills, or confidence to record a video, let alone all of the other repurposing stuff that you're mentioning. And I totally hear you, but that's why there's other creators that are just completely rising to the top and taking up all of the market share of attention that's out there and up for grabs, while the other 99% or more of creators and brands are just feeling stuck and overwhelmed. We have to find a way to get over that hurdle, because the fact is your future success is predicated on the content that you put out today. And for a lot of people, the feeling of being trapped in this hamster wheel of content creation chaos really kind of kicks them out of the race before they even give themselves a fair shot to generate some sort of momentum with it. And I've got a ton of other videos on these topics and more on this YouTube channel already. And I have a lot more coming your way too. So if you're looking for more detailed instruction and guidance on some of the things that we've talked about in this video so far today, make sure that you get subbed up to the channel, because I've got plenty more coming your way. Or if you're like, dude, I don't want to watch a bunch of videos, I just want you to help me lock this down ASAP because I've got bigger things to do, then even still, I got your back, because we can work together through the one-on-one content success calls that I offer, link in the description below, where we can basically look at your specific scenario, figure out what equipment you have or don't have, what your goals are, what online platforms you're trying to post to, and put together a pretty straightforward strategy so that you can go from where you're at today into the next level of making great video content so that you can build your following and your income through building brand online. Links for all of the things that I mentioned in this video are down in the description below. So until next time, happy creating. Peace.
Woo!